Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Achieving Alpha and welcome back to another episode of Smart Money Analysis for today, that is 14th of June 2021. And before we talk about the analysis itself, I would like to take a couple of minutes and talk about the issue that has been going on over the weekend regarding one of the tweets by one of the very famous journalists. So a lot of you might not like this, but I have to say this thing that सबके सब मिले हुए हैं. From the person tweeting to the group being talked about, and obviously I would not like to name the person or the group either, but I guess you guys are intelligent enough to decipher that yourself. But you need to understand that all of these guys are into themselves, and all they care about is their profit. These guys know the things in advance, and basically our regulator really does not care about the retail participants because they are busy reducing the margins, right? They have to protect the retail investors. Jokes apart, but it's really very not very encouraging to see these kind of manipulations happening in our markets. Someday someone tweets and then you see a down move in the market, and then within the next few minutes that group comes and says that all these allegations and all the news is false and we are clean. Like everyone knows about them, right? I would not like to go into the details, but I guess you guys are intelligent enough. Anyways, with that being said, let's go and go straight to our analysis. So first, have a look at the chart. So the daily chart, you will see that the candlestick is kind of a dragonfly doji. So this is really confusing because 2 days prior you saw bearish engulfing, then you saw bullish harami, then you saw a doji, and today you saw a dragonfly doji. So according to price action, the bullish momentum continues, and this is basically a positive candle. There is no doubt about that. The RSI is also showing strength here, so it's gone from 69 to 70. It's about a 1 point gain in the RSI, so that is also showing the strength. But if you do go to the hourly time frame, you will find some RSI divergences, which is not good. Anyways, you can have a look at that yourself. I'm sure you will be able to do that. And let's have a look at the intraday charts. Again, intraday, have a look at this candle. This is almost 790 to 680. So it's almost to 660. I'm sorry. So this is almost 130 points in one single 15-minute candle, and this was again because of the effect of that particular tweet. And the important thing, or what will decide the direction of market, is to look at what is the activity by the smart money and by the retail today, because it could be possible that this fall has come because of a retail, but anyways data will confirm everything. And again, this was another very gruesome candle, but again it took a very good support from 15600, and then just you can have a look at the bounce back yourself. It's more than a 200-point rally from today's low. So that's what you can see. And again, this candle was basically the breakout candle, and you can see that what happened after that. And the overall loss of on every particular of this drama that you're seeing, the loss is being bared by the retail traders or investors, because this is not at all good. The thing is that today India VIX is up, so India VIX I think must have made a base around that level, because today you saw that we did not see a lot of weakness in India VIX, and basically it was where it was when it opened. So it tried to maintain itself rather than crashing as it has been doing for the last few days. But anyways, it was okay. Bank Nifty again has been lacking strength, but again a lot of the momentum in the last few minutes that you saw was because of Bank Nifty, because you will see that again Bank Nifty kind of gave a breakout here, and 34,900 was an important level, so we have closed above that. But 35,000 is another important level according to psychology as well as according to the option chain. We'll have a look at the option chain next, but another thing is that the Nifty futures is trading at an okayish kind of premium, and Bank Nifty futures is also trading at roughly about 100-point premium. So that's the thing. Again, Reliance was the one who was supporting the market today. So again, you will see about 1.5% increase in the Reliance. And banks were weak, there's no doubt about that. Although we saw some recovery at the end, but it was SBI primarily and HDFC Bank who was giving strength to Bank Nifty. So that's what we have for Nifty and Bank Nifty. Let's quickly go and analyze the option chain. This is the option chain for Nifty for 17th June of expiry. First thing, the put writers were a little bit more strong than the call writers today. So you will see that the strength of call writing has been lacking clearly, and you will see some good and healthy addition of puts on the lower levels. So that's one thing. So the highest OI on the put side happens to be at 15,700, and you will see an addition of roughly about 8.2 lakh new contracts on this particular strike. Whereas on the call side, this happens to be at 16,000, but 15,800 also has a considerable OI on the call side. Most activity you will see on 15,700. So you will see that this particular volume is highest on 15,700. Whereas on the call side, the majorly the activity seems to be happening around 15,800. So that's what you can see. But again, I would like to reiterate that the addition on the put side happens to be more than that on the call side. Now, if at all this is by the retail, this could be a trap. But if at all this is by the smart money, then we can assume that these are, important supports for Nifty. So that's one thing. And let's have a look at the another fact, because I want to tell you that 15,500 will still act as a very good support. There are multiple reasons. First of all, because of this open interest. And secondly, I would like to show you in the daily time frame that this particular area, which is 480 to 500, happens to be an important demand zone, and also 480 happens to 15480 happens to be the 20-day exponential moving average for Nifty. So it won't be easy for Nifty to break this level in one single go. But if at all a panic selling comes just like this, so you will see that the multiple levels are broken in just one single candle. So things like this could happen because the market has rallied too much. But again, as of now, the trend looks bullish to me, but again with a lot of caution, just because the index is looking too heavy, both in the derivatives data as well as according to price action, because we have rallied so much in a very short span of time. But nevertheless, the trend is still bullish. Let's have a look at the option chain for Bank Nifty. So this is the option chain for Bank Nifty. Again, you will see that the addition on the put side happens to be a little more aggressive than that on the call side. In fact, call side has seen some unwinding on 35,200 and 35,300. But again, the activity majorly happens at multiples of 500. So we will see that 35,000 there is a healthy addition of 2.4 lakh contracts, whereas there is unwinding, and that was pretty obvious because we saw some immense weakness since the start of the market in Bank Nifty, and it even made a low of roughly about 34,400. So that's the one thing. And 34,500 again happens to be the strike price, which has the highest support, or basically the highest OI rating on the put side. So this will be an important support. Although 34,360, which was, I think, 34,360 was the low for today, which will act as a really good support. But again, 34,900 was an important level, and we have closed above that. Still, 35,000 happens to be a good resistance. But again, if we open gap up and if we sustain, then these call writers might get in some trouble, and we can see some short covering. But Bank Nifty basically needs to sustain about 35,000. So until now, there has been a huge divergence in the performance of Nifty and Bank Nifty. So you will see weakness in Bank Nifty and you will see strength in Nifty. And the strength in Nifty is primarily because of Reliance, because the rally in Reliance was pending and Reliance was consolidating too much in the 1900 to 2000 zone. But because of that particular rally, Nifty has been watching a lot of strength, and also dollar is getting strong. So IT is getting strong. So that's why another reason for the rally. Let's have a look at the global cues. So global cues, you will see that these were kind of flat, and again since the morning we saw some strength basically around the second half, which was around 1:30 p.m. But you will see that Dow has given up from the top. S&P has also given up slightly from the top. Nasdaq is still looking strong, and the reason is the 10-year bond yield, which has been falling consecutively for some days now. European indices, again they exhausted from the top, so you will see about 100 points fall in DAX from the top, and similarly you will see fall in these two indices as well. The concern for me is the Brent oil. So you will see that the Brent crude has gone about 73, which is not at all good. But as of now, it's just about liquidity in the markets, and that's what is creating this kind of euphoria in the markets. So that's the global cues. For Dow, this happens to be a very important zone, which is 34,300. Why? Because a double top will be confirmed if at all we break this level with a heavy volume candle. So we'll see one top, you will see another top, and this is kind of the neckline. So if at all this neckline is broken with a heavy bearish candle, we can say that the double top is confirmed in Dow, and then you can expect some more bearishness. But again, this should be a candle with a heavy volume. So that's one thing. Now let's go to the activity in the cash and the derivatives market and try to understand what happened there. The activity in the cash market looks sort of neutral if I combine the action from both FII and DII. So we'll see that the FIIs have sold for roughly about 503 crores, and the DIIs have bought for roughly about 544 crores. So overall this looks neutral, but the stance from FII is a slight negative today, because you see they have been buying for the last 4 or 5 trading sessions, sparing 1 or 2, but today they have sold a decent quantity of about 500 crores. So overall the activity in cash market from smart money looks neutral. Let's go to the derivatives data and try to understand what happened there. So here is the derivatives data. The very first observation that the net long in index futures has decreased by 8.11%, and that's not very good. I was telling you that I do expect that some profit booking should happen, and you will see that the fall which we saw today in the initial phase was having a healthy participation of FIIs, because you will see long unwinding plus some fresh short buildup, and you will see that the longs have been significantly unwounded. So that's the first observation about index futures. This is negative. Talking about stock futures, so stock futures is mildly positive. I can call this neutral to mild positive. You will see a jump of 0.3% in the net long position in stock futures. And the good part is that you will see both short covering, although this is not a lot of short covering, but still this is short covering, plus some fresh long buildup. So you will see that the long buildup is again in a healthy quantity, and that's why you will see that there is an increase of roughly about 0.3%. So index futures looks negative, stock futures look neutral to mild positive. Let's talk about the activity in options. Okay, so here we are. So you will see that the call longs in the index have increased by 13%, or roughly about this much quantity in absolute terms. The put longs in index have increased by roughly about 11%. So you will see that on an absolute basis, both the call longs and the put longs have increased roughly by the same amount, with a slight bias on the put long side if you talk about the absolute quantity. Whereas if I talk about the option writing activity, so we'll see that the call shots have been increased by roughly about 10% in the index, and the put shots have increased by roughly about 6.8%. So overall this looks bearish, because you will see that more number of calls have been shorted than more number of puts have been shorted. So that's what you will see. So overall, if I were to give a verdict, so the options activity is looking very much neutral to slight bearish. So overall options activity is neutral to slight bearish. Stock futures activity is neutral to mild bullish, and index futures is negative. So overall, based on the derivatives data and the cash market, we can take a negative stance from the FII. Let's quickly go and analyze retail and what the proprietary desks have done today. So let's talk about the pros first. Again, we will talk about this. So the index futures, you will see that the pros have decreased their position by 5%. Roughly about 4.95%, where you will see that the longs have been unwinded and the shorts have been built up, but this is just negligible amount of short build up. Talking about stock futures, so you will see that the pros have slightly increased their position in stock futures by 0.47%. So you will see long build up plus some short covering, although this is again negligible amount of short covering. So again, index futures, the proprietary desks are looking negative. Stock futures, the proprietary desks are looking neutral to mild bullish. Let's talk about the options activity by the pros. So we'll see that the call longs in the index have decreased by roughly about 2.5%, and the put longs have increased by roughly about 7%. So this is negative, because you see that the pros have bought puts and they have exited their call longs. So this is negative based on option buying. Talking about option writing, so the call shots have also been exited and the put shots have also been returned. So you will see that there is a good amount of put writing by the pros today. So overall, the options activity looks slightly on the positive side. And as I mentioned, that the stock futures looks neutral to mild bullish, and the index futures looks negative. Let's talk about retail and wrap this particular video up. So talking about retail, you will see that the net long in index futures for retail has increased by 4.57%. You will see some short covering as some and some fresh long build up as well. So retail looks positive on index futures. Talking about the stock futures, so stock futures, you will see that basically the retail has went a little bearish. So you will see that the net long in stock futures is down by roughly about 0.78, and that's what you will see here, 0.78, and percent, this is basically percent. Don't be confused about this. And you will see that there has been some short build-up plus some long unwinding. So that's what you will see. So I can say that the retail looks mild bearish on the stock future side, looks bullish on the index future side. Let's quickly talk about the options activity as well. So the call longs in the index have increased by roughly about this much, and in terms of percentage, it is about a jump of 13%, and the put longs have increased by 10%. So you will see that the retail has added more calls than puts. So again, the retail looks positive on option buying front. Talking about option writing, so the call shots have increased by 14% and the put shots have increased by 9%. So you will see that here basically retail has added more call shots as well. So overall, you will see that the retail looks kind of neutral on the options activity, but does look bullish on the index futures. So this is our analysis for today. I know it is getting a bit long, but it's important that we understand what all the three entities are doing. although the emphasis should be on FIIs because these are the prime drivers of the market. But yeah, definitely if you enjoy this particular content, please do like this particular video. It really motivates me. And trust me, it takes a lot of effort to code all of this up and then come up with an analysis. So I would really just ask for a couple of minutes of yours, not even a couple of minutes, it only takes a seconds to hit the like button. Also, if you have any suggestions, please do let me know in the comments and I will be happy to incorporate that. So with that, we come to the end of our analysis. If you missed any of it or if you did not understand, you can always rewind the particular section and view it again. And yeah, then see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.